Good morning, everybody. My bestie boo, Miss Brittany Floyd, is back here on Project Joy Live this morning for season 5, episode 2. It's time to wake up. Let's do this. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Super excited to be with you today for another episode. Listen, I've really been digging all of my bells and whistles behind the scenes, all of the new transitions and all the buttons, and I have to learn to control myself to not just every 5 seconds. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to our morning brew this morning. All right, you guys, my mug of the week, as I was talking about on Monday's episode, is my Positive Vibes mug that my girl Danielle got me for Christmas. You know how I love some Care Bears. I actually have a whole bunch of Care Bears behind the scenes here on my shelf. And you know what? Hang on a minute. I'm feeling a little stiff because we were having a conversation, Brittany and I behind the scenes, about this microphone, which I love. It's gives me so much more of the sound that I am looking for in doing the broadcasting. But if I'm not careful, you lose me. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen the movie Singing in the Rain. I'm such a dork, and I've seen like every musical known to man. And Singing in the Rain is like super high up on my list of favorites. But there's a whole scene. Raise your hand out there so I'm not alone if you've seen this. Okay, there's a whole scene where they're moving from silent film to talking pictures, and they're trying to figure out where the hell to put Lena Lamont's microphone. And they can't figure it out. And they're having this whole moment where she's all excited and animated. And then every time she turns her, and then when she comes back, and then she comes back, and I feel like I'm gonna have those moments. So I'm trying to be super careful where I'm talking this morning, so we don't have a Lena Lamont and Singing in the Rain moment, okay? Because while it would be funny, that's not exactly what I'm going for here this morning. So in our morning brew, we talk about what's coming up on the episode today. We're gonna have a little mini weather whimsy segment this morning because it is Wednesday and Wednesday weather, and we love a good alliteration. And then we're going to have my bestie boo join us on the screen. Miss Brittany is here today. We're going to be talking about all the joy that she's been experiencing, as well as something special that we have been working on behind the scenes. So we're going to talk about that as well. Then after commercial break, we're going to have our special social joy spotlight. Miss Brittany has brought a favorite video with her today that we will be honoring someone in that's an amazing creator. And then we're going to talk birthdays after that. And then I'm going to tell you what's coming up the rest of the week on the Breakthrough Show Network and all that as well. So listen, Miss Teresa's out in the audience. Good morning, Miss Teresa. It's good to see you today. Teresa says my nails look really cool. I appreciate that, and I also thank God that the camera is better, or is better than shows things better than what they are in real life. I prefer when I am wearing nails by Miss Brittany, who's here today. And I went as far. I wish I'm looking all over the place here because I wish I had it right in front of me. I thought I did, but I think I must have moved it because I'm traumatized. But I bought this nail polish, and it's horrid. It's horrid. So I literally took my label maker and I printed out a label that said not Brittany. And now the nail polish says not Brittany on it. So just I appreciate it, but also just FYI, there's a certain gel polish out there, gel polish in very loose quotations. It's not Brittany. So order your nails from Brittany instead. Okay. You're welcome. Denzel's joining us this morning. Good morning, Denzel. It's good to see you. And with that, let's just divert to the weather real quickly this morning. Okay, here we go. So listen, I have gone on record in saying that I enjoy the cold weather, okay? But what I really mean by that, I'm going to be very specific with you here. What I really mean by that is I prefer the cold weather over the hot weather because honestly, you can only take so much off before like you can't sometimes you just can't get any cooler. Okay, with if you're cold you can layer, you can get a heater, there's all kinds of things you can do. You're very limited on what you can do and what's legal uh when it's hot. Okay. But as I get older, the bones in my body, they're not as appreciative of the cold. I'm just gonna say that right now. It is currently 31 degrees here in New London, Connecticut. Feels like 24. Only going to be a high of 45 today. I also had a conversation the other day with the fabulous William Plange, who's going to be a guest back on the show here in 2 Fridays. On the 16th, we're going to be talking about the joy he's finding in being a new dad. He brand new to the parenting world, and his daughter is so. I can't wait for the oohs and ahs to come in on that episode because she is adorable. But he's from Ghana, Africa, and he's currently visiting London. And I'm like, how are you doing? He's like, I don't know. And I've never seen him like this. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? What's wrong? He's like, it is cold here. It has been very cold in London apparently. And you know why? Because in Ghana right now, it is 95 degrees. 95 degrees feels like 98. So of course he's cold. Okay. And so we feel for you, William. Hopefully you'll be able to stay warm there in cold London and get back to your warm Ghana soon. In addition to the weather in Ghana, it is going to be a high of 54 degrees with plentiful sunshine, according to weather.com. In West Virginia, which is where our guest is today. She's my bestie boo. She's a spiritual artist. She makes me laugh on days that I want to cry and we cry and laugh at the same time, if that makes sense. So, without further ado, let's welcome our special guest today, Miss Brittany Floyd.
It's Brittany, bitch.
I love it. Listen, okay, so I welcome back. First of all,
Thanks.
Second of all, I just want to say how incredibly hard it is. So Brittany is my bestie, but also Brittany has been involved in a lot of things with the Breakthrough Show Network, behind the scenes things. And you have no idea how hard it is for me sometimes to plan something or create something and not tell her. So when I made that intro, I was like, shit, I want to tell her so bad. And I couldn't say a word. Is that not the most epic thing you've ever heard though?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Me too. That was great. That was fabulous.
So that's your like you get your own when you come on the show. That's your official entrance now. For those of you that might have, let's just one more time because it let's one more time.
It's Brittany, bitch. Yes.
Hell yes. There it is. There it is. I'm so glad to have you back on the screen with me here on the show, because everybody loves when you come on the show, because you and I have a vibe together that really is unmatched, people. Okay.
Period. Thank y'all.
I love it. Okay, so what's bringing you joy today, Miss Brittany, and what's been bringing you joy? It's been a minute since you've been on the show.
Yeah, okay. Well, for the first thing that brought me joy this morning is these cute little duck earrings. They're so adorable, so cute. And then of course the intro. Who doesn't love a good intro? That's definitely brought me joy. And just to be honest, over the time period, friendship has brought me an immense amount of joy, and painting, of course. So,
We love painting, and we see some painting back there on the wall,
yes,
right?
this is
Yeah.
one of my newest paintings here.
I love it. I love it. And I love that you're it's been such an honor and a privilege to watch you get more confident in presenting yourself as an artist, like, like having it behind you there on brand, and everything else, like this is who you are and I need everybody to know it. And so it's really been a cool thing for me as your friend to sit back and watch this kind of transformation. Have you noticed it within yourself?
Yeah, I've come a long ways. I'm still getting there, still getting building up that confidence. I think that's the biggest thing for me right now is building up that confidence, and not just being the behind the scenes type of I need to be the face of my brand. I need to, like I need to put myself out there, and it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
Yeah. And to be fair, I was talking to somebody the other day. I don't think there's ever this arrival place. I don't think there's this place to get to. So I think I say it all the time too, like I'm getting there, I'm getting there. And I have to ask myself, where is it that you're trying to get to? Where is it that you're trying to get to? Because really, it's a moment to moment choice that we make to just be on that path forward. I think that's the thing that we got to do, and I'm watching you do that every single day. We have Baker Blackson out in the audience. Good morning. It's good to see you. Miss Snowflower Moss is out there in the audience. Congratulations, Miss
Hey,
Brittany. And Clara is out here naked. Well,
well,
listen, sometimes we think about that. Teresa says, "Hey, Brittany. Listen, make sure you guys let us know where you're joining us from out in the audience this morning, and tell us what's bringing you joy today too." One of the things that's been bringing me a little bit of joy is that you and I have been working on a little project. I think we've talked about it. We mentioned it on the show last year, but we really kind of danced around the subject a little bit. But if you guys remember last year, we had this moment talking about hugs on the show, and it was hilarious. There is a reel somewhere. Go look on the Breakthrough Show Network Instagram, and you'll find this reel where we're and it just cracked us up. This whole moment about how when we finally meet in person, there is going to be the hug. One of us is going to be the tree, and the other one's going to be the koala, and how it is. So this whole idea came about of somehow we ended up on, you know what, this should be a children's book about friendship and making friends, and how dreaming of kind of that moment when you find that person and have the things in common, and of course there will be hugs. And so I said, well, let's do this. And so I wrote this little story about two koala bears, and Brittany is the illustrator for the book, which I'm super excited about. So do you guys want to see like a little behind the scenes of what Miss Brittany's been working on? I do.
yes. Okay. All right. Here's a couple of my favorites. Here's one right here.
I love it.
And then here's another one here.
So cute.
So
So
great.
cute. What has the process been like for you in creating the illustrations for the books?
Um, well, it's always brought me a sense of joy. I always find myself, no matter if I get frustrated through the paintings, if I just want to say screw this and just give up, just forever that moment is going to bring me a sense of joy, and that's where I can bring myself back to, while I'm painting these pictures, is bringing myself to that moment that is forever going to make me smile. It's forever going to just be that little happy little place in my heart. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I think it's a very personal project for you and I think that's where like I remember when I was writing the story, I picked myself apart so hard on it. And it also doesn't mean that when we go to put the illustrations with the story that I might not still change a couple of words around because that's just how I am. But when it's a personal project like that, it becomes a personal process where you really just want it to be magical, right? And so we kind of teeter that line of allowing the magic to just happen, but tweaking it just a little more so it can be even more magical, right?
right. It's definitely been a process with that. As behind the scenes, I was struggling with the trees. I was struggling with this because I wanted, like, it's not, aside from my perfection, being trying to be perfect. Like, I had this moment and time have brought me so much joy, and I just want to display that and through the
Mm,
paintings. So
yeah.
it's definitely been a process, but I'm getting there, and I'm really loving it and falling in love with it. And I noticed my progress as a painter too, like going, how much better I'm getting with each painting that I do. So
Yeah.
it's been nice.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's awesome. And like I said, it's been such a cool experience behind the scenes to kind of go back and forth together and determine like what does it need to look like? How does it need to sound? And then we'll have the next step of the phase, which is going to be putting it all together, which will be very soon, I think. You know, it feels like we've been working on it a while, but I feel like it's also going really quickly. So, I know that you've had kind of a couple moments of going like, "Why isn't it happening fast? Like, why can't I pump it out faster?" And I think really it hasn't been that much time, truly.
Yeah. I think it's just when I set a goal for myself and
Yeah.
I don't reach that goal. And deep down I knew it inside of me when I started painting, because then you like you said, I wanted it to be magical, and it was magical in its own sense, but now, like, as you can see in this, it's just so, like, the background is magical within itself. So I really yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So listen, guys, we're gonna take a super quick break and we're gonna come back more with Brittany. We've got our social joy spotlight. We've got birthdays to do. If it is your birthday or a birthday of someone you know, please put it in the comments on our break, and we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Super excited to be back with you today and to be sharing the screen with the fabulous Brittany Floyd. It's not going to get old. Baker said you're so talented, Brittany, and it's so magical. And Teresa, drop your son's first name in the comments so we can include him in the birthday song, okay? But before we get to birthdays, listen, we have to this little tiny fruit fly that is trying to be my friend. We have to get to our social joy spotlight first this morning. Here we go. All right, you guys. So I asked our guest today to bring us along a video that brings her joy. So Social Joy Spotlight, we are highlighting creators that bring a little smile to our face or some laughter to our lives. And Miss Brittany brought this. I had never seen this little girl before, and she's a riot. I ended up down a rabbit hole yesterday of watching so many of her little videos, and what a big personality she has. So let's check this out from Indie Bug.
Hey y'all, I'm feeling like me today. Girl with my super long nails. Ooh.
Who made them?
I did. I made these nails. They're so cute. And they're color changed, guys. Hey y'all, I'm feeling like me today.
I love that. I love that. She's so adorable. So adorable. And so Indie Bug, we want to send you some love this morning because we think you're doing amazing, bringing smiles and laughter to people around the world. How did you end up finding her? Did you just like scrolling and there she was?
Yeah, I was just happened it was a while back that I had started to follow her, and I can't remember, but it was something with her nails. And ever since then, it was just like I just love. She actually reminds me a lot of my daughter, and
I was gonna say that.
In the big personality department, she definitely reminds me of Naomi a lot, and she's just so cute and so talented for such a little girl. She does her own hair, and her own nails, everything. She's really just a talented little girl, and she brings me so much joy. So.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you for sharing that with our audience. And Indie Bug, keep doing your thing, girl, because we are so impressed by you and what you're doing, and you're gonna keep doing amazing things as you grow older, and I'm excited to watch that happen. So congratulations to you for your platform and everything else that you have going on. All of that said, you know what time it is, Brittany?
Oh wait, what?
You know what time? What time is it?
It's birthday time.
Birthday time!
Happy birthday to you.
I don't even know what the hell time it is, so you're doing better than me. We got to talk about birthdays this morning. I'm having a moment. You know, sometimes we look at these celebrity birthdays and we have moments. Chris Rock is 59 today. That's all. That's it. That's the whole show. 59 years old today. Happy birthday, Chris Rock. Ashton Kutcher's 46 years old today. The celebrities in my life, Kishman has a birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Also, yesterday, two of our Breakthrough Show Network alum had birthdays. Steve Kirch had a birthday, and also the incomparable Miss CK Ford had a birthday as well. Happy birthday, CK. And then, as we just learned out in our audience, Teresa's son, Vandal, had a birthday today as well. So happy birthday. And with that, are you singing today with me, Miss Brittany?
Yeah, I'm singing.
All right, here we go. Drum roll, please. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chris Rock, Ashton Kutcher, Kishman, Steve Kirch, CK Ford, and Vandal. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating today and who celebrated yesterday and who are frankly in Aquarius and the best people on the planet. We love you so much. Everybody's loving the video as well. Talisha said she loves you.
I love you.
And speaking of Teresa is going to be our guest on the next episode of Project Joy Live. So I guess that's what we should do is talk about what's on the next episode. You know what comes after that line, right?
I love it. I love it.
Listen, I completely am amused by myself, and that is the best way to be. Amen. Okay. So coming up, we actually have a few different things coming up on the Breakthrough Show Network this coming week. After we leave here, 9:55, we have co-working this morning. Brittany, are you coming to work today?
Yeah, I'm coming to
All
work.
right, Brittany's coming to work today. Are you coming to work today? That's the question. I know a lot of you that watch the show are entrepreneurs, and we don't have, the break room, the water cooler. We don't have those co-workers to necessarily keep us on track. So I invite you to join us for our virtual co-working. This morning, it is happening at 9:55 a.m. Eastern time. And it happens in our virtual community. You can actually take your phone right now and scan the QR code, and it'll take you over to the community. Or you can, I don't know, there's a link somewhere, and you can message me or message Brittany. We can drop you the link as well. But you can check that out. 9:55, it will run for a couple of hours, and we have segments of Pomodoro co-working. That means you knuckle down, get shit done, take a 5-minute break together, and then get back to work and hold each other accountable, which is amazing. So definitely join us for that this morning. In addition, we also have the fabulous Teresa joining us on the next episode of Project Joy Live, happening Friday, again at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And Teresa is going to be talking about the joy that she finds in dragons. Now, listen, Teresa was a fan of dragons and all that they offer to us in the world before we started talking about the fact that that is the representative for the Chinese New Year this year. So it's perfect timing for her to come on and talk about joy in dragons. So definitely tune in for that Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And then don't forget, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the season 7. I don't really know how we got here. Premiere of the Breakthrough Show with the fabulous Tawana Yvette. Okay. This is a fun fact. I had booked behind the scenes several episodes of the Breakthrough Show for this year, but I did not book the premiere episode. And I don't really know what I was looking for or who I was looking for, but I'm like, I got to keep this open. And then Miss Tina C. Hines, who I love like I love some cake, she has been on the show. And I just love her and love her energy. And she suggested Tawana to me. And when we met, it was like, this is happening. This is it. And when I asked her, it was kind of like a bachelor moment, but without the rose, without the rose and the drama. I was like, will you be my season 7 premiere episode? And she's crying and I'm crying and it's a whole thing. And so I'm super excited to have Miss Tawana on the show this coming Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, of course, only on the Breakthrough Show Network. So I would love for you guys to tune in for that. And then Miss Brittany, do you remember what's happening next Tuesday?
Yes, I am hosting a craft circle in my lobby and the virtual community. What you'll do is just bring your crafts and whatever craft for an hour, get seek advice, or if you just need some good positive vibes, you're more than welcome to join us as well at 1 p.m.
Yes. We are so excited about that. And it's also the day of Beyond 2D premiere for season 2 as well. So that's going to Tuesday is going to be a fire day as well. We have a lot going on. But we'll get more into next week when we talk on Friday. All of that being said, Brittany, thank you so much for joining us here
And thank
today
you
on
for
the show.
having me. It's always a pleasure being here.
I love it. I love it. And I'm excited for our book. Y'all keep an ear to the ground about There Will Be Hugs. And we'll of course give you all that information as we get closer to the time. And thank you so much, Miss Brittany, for being here today. I love you like I love cake.
I love you. I love you. Thank you so much
All
for
right.
having me.
Of course, of course. I love you guys so much today. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life because you are the joy. Okay, you are the joy, and that's just the way it is. And we will see you next time, Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, for another episode of Project Joy Live.
Trying, and I've been lifting myself up.